that you travel on. There's one day here and the next.
Hi guys, what we are doing today, we are doing top 10 naked cars part 1. I'm addicted to TikTok at the moment. I do the TikTok at home and send them on TikTok. So I got lots of views on TikTok. So and lots of followers. So and I have my some of my college friends is on TikTok and York College friends. So I used to go to York College, and before I came here, I used to go to York College. So I did pathways. I like pathways because it helped me to learn math skills, English skills, and life skills, and stuff like that. So and I did communication in pathways. So in York College, and also I did a bit of media at York College too. So it was different. It was different in York College because like here it's easy and relaxed. Easy relax here, and it was stressful, mind-blowing, stuff like that. So and I did like York College because I buy my lunch there. I had there was you can get jacket potatoes there for lunch, and you can get a sandwich there. There's a little tiny shop downstairs in York College where you can get sandwich or snacks to have, and on the first floor where pathways is, there's like a dining room area where you can eat your lunch and stuff like that. That's where I used to eat my lunch and watch YouTube with my headphones on. So and after that I went to the library after that in York College. So there was 2 libraries in York College, maybe three libraries in York College. So one on the 2nd floor and one on the 3rd floor. And on the 2nd floor, you can get DVDs out of the York College library. And that's what I did. I borrowed DVDs out of the library and took them home with me. So to watch. So and there's like a credit. You had to wear these lanyard at York College and to put money on your lanyard and for your printer credit. So I was a student at York College, and I had if I were down in dumps, I talked to a good old family friend called Julie Black. She was in a supported learning centre in York College, and I don't see her now because she was lovely. She knows my sister, my mum, really well, because my mum and my sister used to go to York College to do their disagree or something like that. So my mum left York College, so did my sister. So that's why I did want to go to York College in the first place, because it runs in my family that my sister went and my mum went. So yeah, so that's why I want to go to York College, because my mum and my sister used to go. So yeah, and they were both a student there. So yeah, and I left because I left because I was just getting had enough. So yeah, and I like York College. You can buy your lunch there, and you have your lunch in the cafe downstairs, and there's like two cafes attached to one another. You get your different food from. So yeah, on the ground floor, you can get pizza there, or you have to have a look at the menu on the ground floor what to have. So yeah, but to me, I went to across the road and get something from Tesco's with my money. So yeah. So yeah, because I used to get a taxi back from to take me back home or pick me up. So yeah, and then eventually I moved on to buses to pick me up and stuff like that. So yeah, that's why I like York College, because I only like the pathways course, not the media course, because it was difficult. All you had to do is create a storyboard, what's it called? Make your own characters out of Play-Doh, and make a stop motion videos and stuff like that. I wasn't that keen on doing that. So yeah, I like what I'm doing now, creating videos for YouTube. That is simple and easy to do. So like stop motion and storyboard things, that was too hard and too difficult. It turned me off completely, and I got bored from it straight away. So yeah, so that's why I just think I don't like York College anymore. I just don't like it. I've grown out of it. So yeah.
Here's the car that you've been waiting for. It's a great way of driving.
I know who's got a Ford in my family. My mum. My mum's van / camper van is a Ford. Name Henry. So yeah, and it's a white camper van. So yeah, the other ones he had before Henry was Howie. That was blue, but before it was blue, it was white. So yeah, and I don't know which one I prefer, Harry or Henry. I don't know. I think I like Henry the best. The best. Because it's got higher seats in it and stuff like that, and you can plug my iPod into it. So yeah, and also my phone into it. So yeah. So because it plugs in a USB thing on the radio, or in the Henry one, you can plug it into the radio and connect your phone to Bluetooth, and while you're driving, have your phone handset and talk through your car radio to your family while you're on the phone without using your phone while you're driving. So yeah, stuff like that. So yeah. So yeah, my mum's fan is pretty smart, and it does smell of camping, stuff like that, but I don't mind the smell. I'm used to it. And my mum's dog Alfie, he's got a crate in Henway in the back, where my mum puts him in and sips him up. So yeah. So not actually sip Alfie the dog up, sip the dog up on the crate, so that way he won't get out while my mum's driving along the motorway or something like that. So yeah, and Fiona's got one bed in there, and it does have lots of cabinets in it, so to put your stuff and whatnot. So yeah, and when my mum goes camping, she sleeps in the camper van, and the rest of my family sleeps in a tent. So yeah, and in the front, my mum's got a key, like a key ring in Henway. The key ring is a TY cat. My mum called it Tiddles. I don't know why. When I get hold of Tiddles, Luca, my mum always say, Luca, why are you tiddling in the fan? In a jokey way, and I just burst out laughing. And I never really tiddles in the van. It's the soft toy cat, the tiny soft toy cat keyring called Tiddles, and if I picked it up and my mum say, why are you tiddling fan? It's the way my mum make up words while she goes along, while she's driving somewhere. So yeah, and I do plug in my iPod for her to listen to some of her songs. If I plug my song in, she will spit her dummy out. So yeah, I have to put Micah. I have to put something that she likes, like Sting, Coldplay, AC, DC, and James Blunt, and whatnot, what she's interested in, or the Coots. So yeah. So one song she really likes from the Coots is I Want to Go to the Seaside. That song. She likes that song, and it makes her laugh, so, and it makes her sing. So yeah.
For the new Nissan Primera, we asked a simple question. Could we design a coupe and a saloon in one?
Well, I like Nissan. I like this type of car, a Nissan Primero. I just like this type of car. Just because my old teach sister that I used to go to Applefields had this type of car, and I just looked on YouTube and see what the inside looks like, and it looks nice and posh and fancy and got lots of buttons. So yeah, and that's my dream car. I really want a Nissan Primero. It's fancy and it looks fancy inside and out. So yeah, and it also got reversing camera. When you're pulling out, you can see it on your tiny screen, like a radio or your stereo, whatever you call it, inside your car. You can see it on that where it can you can pull it out, back forward it, and you won't need to look out your windows or your mirror. You can see it on your tiny screen, like a stereo screen where you can back out from. So yeah, and it's got like tiny cameras. It helps you to reverse out and stuff like that. So yeah, so that's why I like this type of car, because it's got lots of buttons inside it. And you know me, I like twiddling the knobs and stuff, not put my fingers wherever I want to put them. So yeah, and stuff like that. Basically, I like to control the radio how I want it and stuff like that. So yeah, and stuff like that. So yeah, and that's my dream car. And I really want a Nissan Primera when I grow older and learn how to drive. So yeah, and my best friend / teach assistant called Caroline England, she had this car, used to have this type of car. Now she's got a different make of car. So yeah, and reason why I call her my best friend, because I grow up knowing her for a long time. I known her from, the first place I known her from is Energize, Jim and Acom. So that's how I know her from the first time I met her. So yeah, she did like physio for special need children there when I was young and child wise. So yeah, and that's how I first met her. So yeah, and then when I went back to I would forget about her when I grew older, and then when I went to Apperfield, my memories just flash back in front of my eyes. So yeah, so yeah, so yeah. So yeah, that's why I call Caroline England my best friend, because I've known her for such a long time, since I was a child. Because I had a carer took me to Energized Gym when I was a child. I can't remember her name. She was very nice and stuff like that, and yeah. And I think it was maybe a summer patch scheme. I can't remember. I used to have a summer patch scheme when I was a little girl. They took me to Creepy Crawlies and wherever they can take me, to the Deep and Mackie D's and whatnot. So in their car. So yeah. Cross pathways were open all around summer, but I stopped having pathways when I was getting older, like 12, and they stopped having me when I was 12. So yeah, and then I was getting crossroad carers, where they can't take you out in their car. They can take you out in a taxi or on the bus. So yeah, whatnot. But I wasn't keen on Crossroads, because I had Crossroads such a long time since I moved to Acom. I stopped having Crossroad carers. So yeah. Crossroads carers, where they took me out and give my mum and dad a break, and give them a break for a couple of hours and stuff like that, and then I'd get home and watch a film with my dad. So yeah, so I just think I just don't like crossroads. My anxiety got worse when I went with a crossroad carer. So yeah, I just think if I did go out with someone, my anxiety will go worse. So yeah, so I'm trying my best to ignore my anxiety and just focus. So yeah, I do take tablets to control my anxiety. That is called fluoxetine. I take it every night, not every morning. So only every night. So yeah, along with my Keppra and my lady's tablet, Digestial, whatnot. So yeah, I take 3 tablets every night. So and I only take one every morning. So yeah, because I have like a tick sheet where I can tick it off when I have them. So have my tablets. So yeah, so yeah, and this morning I had it at 7:50, my tablets, and so that's what I have them every morning, 7:15, and then on a night it's 7 o'clock on a night where I have my tablets. So yeah, so I have my I cook my tea at 5, and then I watch a bit of YouTube videos in my room upstairs, and then chat with my mum and dad on WhatsApp or my nan, and after I have my tablets, I go have a bath. So yeah, I just don't need to walk out of my room when I'm having a bath. My bathroom is already in my room. So it's another door to walk into my bathroom. So yeah, I got my special ensuite bathroom. So yeah, I'm fairly spoiled at my house. So yeah, I'm like a spoiled princess. So yeah, I have my own luxury. So yeah, so that's why I like Nissan cars. They look very sporty, and I like the look of them, and I like the blue ones. So yeah.
The new Kia Picanto. Small.
I know someone who has a Kia car. In my friend Elaine, she's got a Kia car. I used to go in it a lot, I might say, because she took me in as a part of her family. All her families and all her friend knows me, so basically, yeah. And I used to go to Aiken Baptist Church with her. Used to. I didn't like it, but she dragged me in it anyway, if I like it or not. So yeah, I used to stay over a lot at her house, a lot, when her husband was alive. So yeah, and she's not what she looks like anymore. She's gone very slim. When I know her, she was chubby. She was chubby, like me. So yeah, but I'm trying to lose weight for my sister's wedding. So yeah, and I used to have my meal at her house, breakfast, lunch, tea, whatnot, at her house, and yeah, and I had my own room at her house, and I had to share the bathroom with her. So yeah, I didn't mind that, but yeah. Like I had to share my nan's bathroom with her when I come to stay with my nan. So yeah, I like staying with my friend Elaine's because he took me out to Driffield to see a family, and she took me out to places, whatnot. And she took me out in the car along with her dog Wed, and yeah, I love walking her dog with us. So when I used to stay with us, so yeah, and I used to have fun times joking about in her car, in her Kia car. So yeah. And the name rings me a bell. I'll tell you a funny story here. Kia, it sounds like IKEA. So, yeah, it's true. It sounds like IKEA, but I used to go IKEA shopping with my mum when I was a little girl. The one I used to go to is the one in Leeds. So, yeah. And I like having my lunch there, and whatnot. I used to buy soft toys from there, like Bats, the soft toy dog, and I think the mouse, and I can't remember what other soft toys I got. Oh yeah, another mouse I got, and a teddy bear. So yeah. And I don't have them anymore. I just gave them away to a charity shop. So yeah, basically, yeah. And that's why I just put IQ in there, because Kia and IKEA sound similar. So yeah. And I do like the Kia car because they look quite sporty again, but I like the buttons inside it and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Citroen C3 with free model upgrade. On sale now from just $25,990.
I know who's got one in my family. My nan. And my nan's got a white one. And funny thing, the white, Nan lets me named it. I didn't name it ridiculous name. I named it what pops in my mind. So yeah, that was Pearl, like pearl necklace or pearl headband, whatnot. So, and it was pearl white. So yeah, my nan's car is pearl white, and I do like my nan's car pearl. It's very fancy. And you can pull the windscreen up a bit more. So yeah. And also in my nan's car you can play CDs in it. I can play Cliff Richard in it, Madonna, Celine Dion, Elvis Presley, Frank Sinatra, whatnot. So yeah, or maybe Dolly Parton, so, or ABBA. So yeah. So yeah, in her boots she's got a soft toy Black Panther in her boot. I sometimes pinch it out of her boot and cuddle it in the car. Cuddle the soft toy panther in the car in the front. So that's where I normally sit with my nan, in the front. If my dad were there, I'll sit in the back. Yeah, my dad always chucks me in the back if he's with my nan. So, and I say, I'll just mutter and say, oh, I don't like this idea. I just don't like sitting in the back. So I just like being in the front. That's what I prefer. controlling the radio. So yeah, for my nan. So if my nan said, "Oh look, I don't like that song. Can you skip it?" Yes, okay, Nan. So yeah, I skip the song for her and turn it up for her because she's, deaf. My nan's deaf and she had to wear these hearing aids, so she never wears them when she goes out places, but when she's inside and indoors, she wears them indoors. So yeah. So I have to sometime when I face chat with her on WhatsApp on my phone, I have to shout through my phone to get my words out to her because she's so deaf. And Nan always say, "What? What do you want, Luca?" or "Pardon," something like that. So I just ignore her saying "what" because I just don't like the "what" word because it's rude. So yeah, because I like my nan's car and it's very fancy, and she takes me to M&S, the one at Vanguard, B&M next to the big Morrisons, and where else he takes me? Oh, Dean's Garden Centre to get some more plants for her garden, and what else he goes to? Pocklington to go charity shopping, or to see my Auntie Suzanne. Lives in Pocklington. Or my Auntie Susan is my nan's daughter, and my dad is my nan's son. So yeah, and my nan got her name is Jenny Turner, or Jennifer Turner, or Jen Turner. So yeah, winky dinks. So when my granddad used to live, his name was Christopher Robin Turner, and from the Winnie Pooh Bear character. So yeah, I used to grow up watching Winnie Pooh Bears when I was a kid because of my granddad had this ridiculous name. So yeah, I've still got my soft toy Pooh Bear and I've still got my soft toy Woo, but two things I don't have: Eeyore, Piglet. I used to have Piglet, but I gave it away to a charity shop. I do have Tigger, and my sister got Eeyore, so yeah, and stuff like that. So yeah, I like my nan's car. It's very fancy and bonny, and it does get pretty dirty easily when she goes to mucky places like Pocklington, or just to the stables. So yeah.
The new Renault Megane, driving the safest car in its class.
And I'm going for a Renault Megane on this one. So yeah. Someone in my family had this car one time. It was my nan. She had Renault Megane before she had the Citroen. So yeah. And I like she took me to Merton Car Butte sailing it, and it had a pretty good stereo in it, and it was unusual. So yeah, and I named one of my bear after it. So yeah, my hospital bear. I named this car Renault Megane. I used to name it Molly because because I didn't think of a yellow name back then, so whatnot. So, yeah. So, I was a kid back then, I thought of Molly. So, Nan said, "Oh, I'll let you have that name." So, yeah. It was lovely. The looks of it inside and out, it was lovely. And it was lovely. So, yeah. I just liked the looks of it. So, it was very sporty. But Nan don't like this car anymore. So, yes. So yes, my nan gave it away to some people, and they changed it for a Citroen. So yeah. So yes, he had lots of Citroens in the past, like an old Seavery Citroen in silver, that was Polly, and then the newest one, the modern one, bit more modern, that was Ruby, because it was ruby red, and then came Pearl, that was pearl white. So yeah, the cars he's got now. So yeah. And now when I was a kid, I used to go driving in this yellow Megane called Molly, and stuff like that. So yeah. And why I had a hospital bear, funny story, I broke my arm. I broke my arm when I was a little girl. I don't know which arm. So yeah. So yeah. I broke at Brownies. Chasing around with my friends like kids do these days. And then I fell over and broke it. So yeah, I went to what's it called, at A&E, so to check if it's broken or not. And yes, it was. And I had maybe a pink pot on it. Yeah. And then I had like this like a waterproof coat for it to protect the cast, to get it wet. So yeah. And I had sand down my pot, because I was camping at that point, and it it was very sandy in my pot. So yeah, I had crumbs down my pot and sand down it, and it was very difficult for me to wash myself. So yeah. So my mum helped me to wash myself when I used to have broken arms. So yeah. And yeah, and my nan took me to A&E in her yellow Megane, and that's why I named my yellow bear Molly, after my nan's yellow Megane. So yeah. And I was very young and innocent when I was a kid, and stuff like that. So, and another friend who's got a Reynolds car, my friend Pat. It's my nan's friend actually, but I called her my friend as well. So she's got a dog called Eddie, and it's a Shih Tzu. And it's lovely. I've never been in Pat's car. I know it's a Reynolds and stuff like that. So yeah. And my nan is very fonded of her friend Pat and stuff like that. And I just chat with Pat yesterday on video chat on WhatsApp, and I shout, Eddie, Ludo, Eddie, Ludo. My nan was babysitting Ludo, because my Auntie Susan maybe went on a date or something like that. So yeah, and stuff like that. So yeah, and that's why my nan had Auntie Susan's dog for a day. So Ludo. So yeah, and Eddie is a Shih Tzu, and Ludo is a cockapoo, cocker spaniel. So yeah, mixed breed. So yeah, and I just like my nan's old car. She had a yellow Renault Megane. I really liked it a lot, and it was very sporty and stuff like that. So, and she took me to car boot sale in Merton in it, and also she took me to places like some places. So yeah, and I love. I remember the day I helped her out carrying a bag of carrots to put in her car for her. She said, "Oh wow, Luca, you're strong." She was very surprised I was strong because, like her, she is weak. She doesn't have any muscles, so yeah, she needs my help carrying heavy stuff. So yeah, so that's why I'm a nanny's girl, because I help my nan out and I care a lot about her. So yeah. And I care a lot about my dad, and I am a daddy's girl too. So yeah. But I'm never, ever going to be a mummy's girl. So fortunately, that go with down for my brother. So he's more a mummy's boy. And my mum always say, "Oh, leave your brother alone. Oh, leave your brother alone." And I'll just walk away from her and being a grump when she say it. So yeah, because I get a little jealous when she say it. So yeah. So, and I do sometimes snap at her, and I don't mean to snap at my mum, but when she keeps saying, "Oh, leave my favourite child alone," I'll just snap straight away. And, yeah, I just get jealous pretty easily. So yeah, like a lion or a tiger rides inside of me and snap at my parents. So yeah, and yeah. I am a Leo, and I do have an eye of a tiger or an eye of a lion. So yeah, I am a Leo. So yeah, that's what my star sign is. So yeah.
Vauxhall. We believe there's no point in building a luxury car.
Who in my family used to have this car? My mother. Yeah, she used to have this car. The one she had was Vauxhall Astra Estate in silver. So yeah, and it being handed down by my granddad to her. So yeah, and then my granddad eventually got a new Vauxhall car. So yeah. So yeah, and my mum's first car she'd been driving was my opa's car, and it was brown and stuff like that. So yeah, my mum's first car was my opa's car, so my Dutch granddad's car and stuff like that. And when I when I see her driving it, I remember her driving it, and It smells like, oh, my old pa. Smells of mechanicness and stuff like that. That was my opa smell. He was mechanicalness in his way. He fixed motorbikes, he fixed cars, I think. I can't remember. So, and he also do gardening. So yeah, when he used to alive, he has this greenhouse full of the great plants, and he plants carrots, potatoes, cauliflower, rhubarb, and stuff like that. So yeah, and my nana's house is the one my sister's Danny got, and in North Berwick. So yeah. So it used to be my nana's, and then when Danny moved into my nana's house, he upgraded it into a big house. So yeah, it used to be a simple house. Used to be the living room was separate. Used to be the living room separate, and I think the dining room separate. I can't remember. So basically, yeah, that's how I remember my nana's house. So basically, yeah. So, and I did like my mum's the car. My mum used to have a Vauxhall Astra Estate, and it was lovely and very lovely, but not so lovely for my taste, because it had bit of broken mirror on it and stuff like that. So I think my granddad had a little accident in it and stuff like that. So yeah. Why I chose the Seater, a little tongue twister there. So it's because my brother used to have a Seater. Rinky Dinks, he used to, and now he's got whatchamacallit, a truck. So yeah, and he used to mess about with his Seater car a bit, like repair it and get it more modern and stuff like that. So yeah, my big brother Jed, is a mechanic, and that was a type of car he used to have, and a Seater. So yeah, that's why I remember it so well, because I remember him babysitting me and took me out with his girlfriend and stuff like that. So yeah, and I just wasn't keen on him babysitting me when I was a child. I didn't like him when I was a child, and I had an argument then and stuff like that. So yeah, that's why I prefer my sister to babysit me or my dad. So yeah, and reason why I prefer my sister to babysit me, because he has a dog, and I love how she was kind to me and stuff like that. So yeah, and Jed was moody, uptight and strict, and I didn't like it, so it upsets me. So yeah, he kept swearing in the house while I was there and stuff like that while I was young. So yeah, and I didn't like it, so that's why I didn't like him babysitting me. So because he swore in the house when I was there, and he also he was also not nice to me. So yeah, I try to be nice to him, but it's hard. When I try to tell the truth with my mum say, "Oh, leave your brother alone," and it gets me uptight and upset, and then I slam my bedroom door and say, and such mean things to my mother. No, I don't say mean things to her. I just accept it how they are and stuff like that, and I just walk away from her if she's want to be in that shitty mood. So yeah, and stuff like that. So because I like to relax, I like to have a peaceful night and happiness, because I just can't cope with stress, because because it doesn't work well with my epilepsy. So yeah. So that's right. If people gets me upset, and if people get me upset and gets me worked up with my epilepsy or stress, I can't control it. I bang or slam my door or throw things at my door or whatnot, or my wall. So yeah, I try to control it, but it's hard. I got no other way to calm down. The only way it helps me to calm down is talk to my dad, or talk to a member of staff to calm me down. So yeah, I can't. What the word I'm looking for? I can't control my stressness, because it will leave a vicious beast on me. So yeah, vicious line, I'll say. So yeah. So yeah, and I did used to like Jazz Cow a lot. It was very, very loud. He makes the car go loud. He makes it the music go loud. So in it, and he drives like an idiot in it. So yeah.
James Bond will be driving the new Z8, and the world is not enough. Pass it on.
This one is a BMW. Why I like BMW? It's because James Bond 007, he has a BMW, and yeah, I'll tell you why I like BMWs. So yeah, I'll tell you which BMW he has in a bit. So he had lots of different makeup cars while he was did a film in it. So yeah, I just, like, he had a BMW 518i. He had that type of car, and then that was in Octopussy, and also he had a couple more BMWs, so stuff like that. He had a BMW 750IL that was in Tomorrow Never Dies. He had a BMW in that, so yeah, and he also had a BMW Z8 in The World Is Not Enough. So yeah, and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that's about it with BMWs. So that's why I like BMWs, because of James Bond. I just do like them, and I find them really nice and fancy cars and stuff. So yeah, I'll get you on to number 10, a Jaguar. not number 10, number 9 Audi. Number 9, sorry. Number 9, get on with number 9 Audi.
Please take the next exit to your right.
Because it's a James Bond car. And I'll tell you why I like Audi. So yeah, it's a James Bond car. Pardon me, sorry. The Audi A5 was in Skyfall. I like Skyfall. I like the theme song Skyfall because it's by Adele and stuff like that. So yeah, and it was also on Top Gear. This type of car. So yeah. So yeah, that's why I like James Bond, because of an Audi. Stuff like that. So and also Tommy D. Dalton, The Living Daylight, he drove an Audi, and that type of car was an Audi 200. So yeah, and it was a quite it was similar. This car is similar. The look of the Pierce Brosnan car. This type of car and stuff like that. So yeah, that's why I like Audi so much. So yeah, and I still do. So yeah. You've seen the Jaguar XF in No Time to Die. That's a new James Bond film I have seen in the cinema with my nan. And I'm hoping to get it on DVD to watch it at Station House. So, yeah. Stuff like that. So, because I really like James Bond and all that. Because I like the good gadgets and the type of cars in it. So, yeah. So yeah, and James Bond had a Jaguar XKR. That was a type of car in a James Bond that was in Die Another Day. So yeah, along with Madonna, she was in it. Die Another Day. So yeah. And I still like Jaguars because my granddad, again, he used to have a Jaguar along with a state car. He kept his Jaguar in the garage when he was alive, and he just take it out for a spin and a run when it was a lovely hot day. And he had his Volkswagen when it was not a lovely day. He takes it out and goes to Breton Airfield in it. So yeah, because he didn't want to ruin his Jaguar. So yeah, so because he likes to keep his Jaguar nice and clean. So yeah, my granddad was also smells like he'd been in the garage. So yeah. I had two Opals that smells like garage smell. So yeah, stuff like that. So yeah, I kind of had a little bond with my dad's dad, but I had a big bond with my mum's dad. A big bond. my Dutch granddad, and I got along quite well with him because he was very funny and very sweet to me, and yeah, and he's always saying to my mum, "I wish Luca just shut up for 5 minutes." That's what he says to my mum. So yeah, and I just had a lovely time with my opa before he passed away when I was a little girl, because I used to grow sunflowers with him and help him plant his vegetables in his garden. So yeah, and also I had dollies at his house. I put a pram, and the pram I had at my nana's was the ladybird pram, and I also had an old-fashioned scooter, red scooter at my nana's, and I also had lots of dolls, and I had an old-fashioned shopping till at my nana's. And I also had a spinning top at my nana's and stuff like that. So I had an old-fashioned toys to play with at my nana's. So yeah. And she had this, my nan had this special clown she really liked, that had a key on the back of it that plays music. So yeah. And yeah, and I like my granddad's Jaguar car. I used to go in it a lot when I was a little girl before he passed away. So yeah, he took me out in a spin in it. So yeah, and I've forgotten to mention this thing. Who's my mascot today? Oasis the camel. So yeah, and why I dressed up like this, because Oasis chose this look for me. He did a good job, I say. He's a Blue Nose Friends. I got a couple more. I think 4 more to go to for Blue Nose Friends. 4 more to go to. This is 1. I think 3 more after him. So yeah. And then that's it, and it'd be something else. So yeah. So he chose this jumper. It's got a bit of tomato soup on it because I had tomato soup and basil for my lunch, and I have this white top that has a bit of tomato soup on it. I just noticed it this morning when I put it on. It might be not a tomato soup, it might be tomato pasta sauce stain. Yeah, I did wash it. I think it didn't came out, so yeah. And yeah. And yeah, I think it didn't came out, so and it there's still a pen mark on it and stuff like that. So yeah, I think maybe I was in bed at a time and writing something down in my notebook or on an A4 piece of paper. I think I marked my shirt by accident. Yeah. And I do have a desk in my room, but I didn't bother decking out my bed to use my desk. That's how lazy I am. So yeah, Helen's agreeing with me behind the camera. And she's lazy. She is not going to work tomorrow, and I have to put out there, so yeah. And I'll be in my PJs I'll be in my PJs all morning tomorrow, and it comes to after lunch. I'll get dressed and go to the library. So yeah, I have my lunch at 1 o'clock, and after that I go to the library for a bit. So yeah. Having a relaxing morning tomorrow, so chilling in bed, doing whatnot, watching Simpsons or watching a Barbie film, and then after a Barbie film I might watch something else, so I don't know yet. Bye guys, I'll tell you what we're doing next Monday. We are doing top 10 facts about my star sign Leo, and who's going to be a mascot for that day. I'm going to give you a clue. I give you a clue. It's a type of animal that is very slow, and it can hide in a shell. It can hide in the shell. It's a type of animal can hide in the shell. Do you know what it is, Helen? Tell me.
Tortoise.
No. No, it's not a tortoise.
Snail.
Yes. I tricked you on that one. So, yeah. Yeah, it's a snail, and the snail is going to be called Stuter. S-C-O-O-T. So I'll say bye from there, and I'll see you next week on my top 10 facts about my star sign Leo. So I'll see you till then. Bye.